probably wondering what I'm doing back. As you guys know, I left for the army, but now I'm back. Well, I'm headed down to the shop right now. Gotta get my back tire fixed. It's got a hole in it, gotta get it patched. Got some other things I want to do to the bike, tune up the Bazzaz system, get some other things checked out. And while we're on the way, I'll explain what I'm doing back. Let's get out there. What am I doing back? As you guys know, I left for the Army, United States Army. Well, no, I'm not. I lasted 3 months, went through boot camp. Short story is I got medically discharged. Now, what is medical discharge? It's basically, the Army says, well, any branch of the military, it's just, you can get medically discharged from any branch. Basically, you have something physically or mentally wrong with you, and the Army decides they cannot keep you any longer as you will be a liability or some other type of thing. Mine, luckily, was physical. I was born with an extra bone. I know, I'm extra special. It's in my ankle, and it restricts movement left or right. I can move it up and down just fine, like everyone else, up and down, just normal. But when I go side to side, I cannot move it. Now, I was able to go through MEPS, which is the medical part, because they don't check your ankles like that. They don't check that kind of movement. Because it's not real important, because you can still walk and run, and I did all that. I could walk, I could run. I ran just fine. I ran a 7:15 mile, which is pretty good. But where the problem comes in is when I start to put weight on my ankle for long periods of time. My normal body weight it can handle, but we were carrying the IOTV vest, which is bulletproof vest. It's got either one or two 40-pound plates. Oh no, it's two 20-pound weights in the front and back, which equals 40 pounds. And then we go on these things called ruck marches, and you would carry your ruck, which is a huge pack that carries your sleeping bag, your wet weather top and bottom, your waterproof bag. You actually have two sleeping bags. One's a warm weather sleeping bag, one's a winter sleeping bag. You also have your e-tool, your digging tool, so when you take a dookie in the woods, you can dig yourself a nice hole. And that pack comes out to about 80 pounds, 40 to 80. It starts out low, but then as the cycle goes on, you add more and more weight to it by adding different stuff to it. So I went on the first ruck march and was able to pass that easy. But I woke up the next morning and I jumped out of my bunk and I fell right over because my ankle couldn't support me. I was like, what the hell? Really, ankle? We're gonna give me problems? Because it gave me problems all through high school, and people always told me, oh, it's growing pains, oh, it's this and that. I've gotten it x-rayed so many different times, and they're all like, it's severe bruise, it's sprain. I'd be on crutches for weeks at a time, missed a lot of football, but I played football for 10 years, and all throughout football it gave me issues, but I played on like normal, and just figured it was one of those things. But yeah, it started just hurting all the time, and so I said, oh, okay, this isn't normal, but you know, I'm just gonna push through it because you know I'm used to this pain. I got this. But it created this limp. I couldn't shake the limp. It was pretty bad. I would just limp everywhere. You know, they start to notice you when you're limping around. Like, whoa, what's wrong with you, private? You're like, damn it, you're trying not to get noticed. The point is not to get noticed. But yeah, they saw me limping around. And I was like, oh, it's nothing. My ankle hurts. But all this changed with the Army. Normally they'd say, oh, continue on, oh, just blah, blah, blah. But safety has become a huge factor in the Army for some reason. Political correctness of safety, and I don't know. But they're like, you should go to physical therapy and get that checked out. And that was the last thing I wanted, because I knew there was going to be issues. But I didn't think there'd be the issues that ensued. I thought it'd just be like the normal issues that other people have. You get put on a profile, you can't do anything for a couple of weeks, you miss some training. If you miss too much training, you get restarted or recycled. That's the last thing you want to do. So I'm like, dang it. So I go to physical therapy, and he starts tweaking with my ankle, and you physically cannot move my ankle side to side either because of that bone. And he's like, well, I've never seen this before. Like, yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. It's always kind of just like been like that, so I don't really think much of it. He's like, oh, well, okay, I'm gonna have you go see the doctor. I'm like, damn it. And while you're waiting to go see the doctor, I'm gonna put you on a profile. And to go see the doctor, I took it only took a couple days because they wanted to go get x-rays. So I got put on a profile, I just had to sit around, and then I went and got the x-rays. And then I had to wait a couple more weeks for that. I come back for x-ray results, and he's like, I'm gonna need a bone scan. I was like, okay, no, not a bone scan, an MRI. So, okay. Went and got my MRI the next day. I then go back and get the results. And while I'm on this dead man profile, I still decided to try out some things. Like, I carry the assault pack. The assault pack's just a lighter backpack. You carry your helmet in, bulletproof helmet, wet weather top and bottom, poncho liner. That you would cover your pack if it was raining, because it was usually raining, so we'd put them in the dirt and then cover them. Well, I mean, I tried that out for a while, and the pain was every day. It was just one of those things. And I go back, and he says, so how's your ankle? I'm like, it's still hurting. I mean, nothing much has changed. He's like, well, I got your results back, and basically I'm just gonna have to kick you out of the Army. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, the way your foot has developed, it is deformed, and you have a bone in there. I was like, okay. I was like, can't you just like go in there and fix it? And he's like, well, I could, but you know, and I had to finish the sentence for him. I was like, because I'm too much of a liability. He's like, yes. I didn't want to say it, but you did. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And so they started my papers. But since you get released during basic, it's just a chapter out. So basically after 6 months, it's like I was never in the Army. No paperwork or anything's gonna show up. I don't get any medical benefits or anything like that. If I had this problem when I joined the real Army after basic, then I get a real medical discharge with benefits and all that. But since it was in basic, it's just a chapter 11. They see ya, send you on your way. That is why I'm back. And I still have the pain in the ankle to this day. It turns out I have arthritis in it, and it's only gonna get worse. Because the doctor was like, short term, your ankle is really not that much of a problem, but long term, it's gonna be bad. And I was like, well, great. You're just fine and dandy. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. But anyways, I'm here at Artillery Power Sports, their new location. If you're in Bakersfield and have a bike, you should check these guys out to get your bike work done. They are the best, honestly. Anyways, see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed.